Welcome back. One of the season's grandest productions is taking us back in time to when it was all about song and dance. Anna Gilligan introduces us to the choreographer and cast of On the Town.
When this show was created, dance was used as a vocabulary of the storytelling, and that was a big thing back then, 70 years ago, was using dance in Broadway musicals. It's not done as much anymore.
But now choreographer Josh Bergas is bringing back storytelling through dance in the Broadway revival of On the Town.
We've got one day here and not another minute to see the famous sights.
The 1944 Leonard Bernstein musical is basically Fleet Week in 24 hours. 3 sailors look for love in New York City with just one day to do it. Josh won an Emmy for his work on Smash, but finds choreographing for Broadway more challenging than TV.
It's harder because you have to be exact. You have to be so precise. You try to find the perfect storytelling moments in rehearsal and to craft the perfect numbers so that the audience understands what's happening and gets all the visuals you intend for them to get by watching it once with no editing.
Is this your first time singing?
Yes.
And you're doing it on Broadway?
Yeah.
Who, me?
Megan Fairchild is a principal dancer with the New York City Ballet who's trying out her acting and singing chops for the first time as Ms. Turnstiles, the object of one sailor's affection.
I'm totally a fish out of water with the acting and the reading, the saying of lines.
She's humble, but Megan certainly brings her share of skills to the stage.
She's like a Ferrari of dancers. I mean, she is just a machine.
But even the dance is an adjustment for her.
I've had to be a little more sexy than usual. It is so hard for me to dance in heels. My weight has to be like a lot more forward, and I had to like kind of retrain every step I was doing to be with my weight in a different place.
Josh says casting for On the Town was especially hard because of the complex choreography. But Tony Yazbek has the skills to play the sailor pursuing Megan's character.
My character actually falls in love so hardcore that it's everything to him. And so the stakes are high, even in the dancing, all the movement, everything comes from such a physically heartfelt place.
New York, New York, New York.
One of the most recognizable songs in the show is New York, New York. Josh explained how he started from square one to choreograph it.
There were 3 of us kind of running around the studio trying to figure out, okay, let's pretend we're sailors on leave in New York. 24 hours, it's our first time, we've never been here. What would we do? We would run here, we would see that, and hail a cab here, and then run to Times Square, then run to, Rockefeller Plaza.
On the Town certainly makes you proud to live in this town, and if the show is a hit,
I'm hoping that by doing this show and all its wonderful dance moments that we can bring that back to Broadway and people can say, hey, you know what? A big Broadway dance musical is actually a pretty wonderful thing.
From fancy footwork to perfect pitch, ever wonder how Broadway actors keep their voices so strong? Performing every night can take a toll on even the most seasoned singers. Meet the voice coach that keeps the stars in tune.
Like a clown whose tears cause laughter, trapped behind a painted mask.
Even seeing smiling faces.
Their voices have the power to bring tears to your eyes and send chills up your spine.
One want to join this madness.
Behind it all is one woman who's become the driving force for some of the biggest voices on stage and screen. Her name is Liz Kaplan.
On a certain pitch. I'm from the school that everybody can sing.
Kaplan has worked with countless stars, from Neil Patrick Harris and Nikki James to Stephen Colbert and Hunter Parrish, just some of the voices she's helped condition. Currently, Kaplan is the vocal supervisor for a number of Broadway shows, including Sideshow, starring Emily Paget and Aaron Davey.
Is everyone recovering from the first 2 previews?
Yeah. At Kaplan's studio in Chelsea, we sat in on one of their private vocal sessions.
We'll interlace the hands at the base of the neck. Knees are soft, legs hip width apart. We'll start in parallel.
The guru of
voice, you know?
She just gets you so centered and grounded so fast. It's the best.
Paget and Davey, who play conjoined twins in the musical, work with Kaplan before every dress rehearsal, stretching, warming up their muscles.
So a little tongue stretch.
Kaplan says in the last few years, Broadway shows have gotten aggressive. Actors are being challenged to be bigger, better, and perform longer than they ever have before.
It's sort of a balance of nutrition and physical body health as well as vocal health. So a lot of it has to do with making sure people, for their body types or what their diets are, that they're getting enough protein, they're getting enough calcium.
Ya 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 ya.
Beautiful.
One actor who plays an incredibly demanding role is Michael C. Hall, who currently stars as transgender rock star Hedwig in Hedwig and the Angry Inch.
It's pretty much a one-man show. That in and of itself is incredibly a challenge. He is on stage for about 95 minutes straight.
Before Hall's performance that evening, Kaplan got in one more vocal session with the actor backstage at the Belasco Theater.
Liz helps you to locate your voice in your body. So when you work the way Liz teaches you to work or encourages you to work, you feel all the more grounded when you're performing. And in performance, working with Liz, it's like having an angel on your shoulder, encouraging you to breathe deeply, encouraging you to relax, and reminding you of all the tools that you have in your toolbox that she's given you so that you can do that. She's really invaluable to me.
The thank you notes lining Kaplan's studio paint an inspiring portrait of the impact she's made on the stars of Broadway and film. Take this one from Stephen Colbert, calling her a gifted, funny, and kind teacher. Another from Mike Myers, inspirational, talented, generous. But it's not the notes you see that show how effective Kaplan is as a coach. It's the ones you can hear that send the biggest message.
Who will love me as
The risky business of Broadway.
Many stars do not receive that big payday until, the show is in profit.
Producers tell all when Broadway Up Close, your Backstage Pass returns.